Hey there, third grade. This is Mr. Campbell. Today we're going to be starting on page 137. And for this lesson, 4.6, we're going to be using division involving 0 and 1. And at the end of the day, we want you to be able to say, I can understand the patterns of division with 0 and 1. And they're kind of similar to when we're using our multiplication. And so we're going to be relating it like we've been doing this whole topic, relating division to multiplication. But there are some patterns that I'm hoping you're going to be able to see that should make this kind of a topic something that we're able to get pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and turn to the next page, page 138, as we look at this concept. All right, so here we are on page 138, and I'm going to go ahead and read, and make sure you've got your pencil with you. I've got my pen because it stands out a little bit more, but we're going to underline the important information in our word problem up here. All right, it says Neil has 3 goldfish, underline 3 goldfish. He puts 1 goldfish in each bowl, underline 1 goldfish each bowl. How many bowls did Neil use? And we're going to circle find 3 divided by 1. We underlined the important information, and then we're circling what it is we need to find. All right. Excuse me. So how many bowls did Neil need? Well, 3 goldfish, and every single one needs their own bowl. So that's where 3 divided by 1 comes in. What numbers times 1 is equal to 3? Well, that is, you guessed it, it's our fact triangle, right? Yeah, if I've got 3 divided by 1, 3 divided by 1, then I say 1 times what will give me 3? Well, 1 times 3 will give me 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3. All right, and that's what we've got here. 3 times 1 equals 3. So 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3. Now, this is a really good example for us to be able to see, because does this make sense? If he has 3 goldfish and each goldfish needs a bowl, how many bowls does he need? Well, every single 1 goldfish needs 1 bowl. So that's why there's 3. There's 3 goldfish. Each one gets its own bowl. It's 3, right? So whenever we're dividing by 1, our answer will be that other number. Just like anything times 1 is the other number. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3. No matter what, that's our pattern. Well, let's go ahead and slide down here to box B. All right, box B is over here. It says 1 as a quotient. Remember, quotient means as our answer. So 3 divided by 3. 3 times what equals 3? Well, if we use our fact family, we're saying 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1, right? 3 goldfish put into 3 different bowls. Each one has 1, okay? 3 times 1 equals 3, so 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Any number except for 0 divided by itself is 1. Whenever we take a number and divide it by the same number, our answer will be 1, all right? That is one of our patterns. So our next one is dividing 0 by a number. So find 0 divided by 3. Well, if 0 divided by 3, I told you before, whatever we start with in a division problem, the dividend is what goes up on top. All right, so I need my 0 up here and my 3 on the side, because 0 divided by 3. Excuse me. Well, now I can ask the question, 3 times what will give me 0? And if you know from our patterns of multiplication, whenever we want 0 as the product, 3 times 0 will give me 0, right? So 0 divided by 3 is going to be 0, all right? This is my fact family. I've got my 0 up on top. It's dividing by 3. So if I have nothing and I break it into 3 groups, how many are in each group? Nothing. There's 0. All right. So the rule is 0 divided by any number is 0. All right. Whenever we start with 0 and divide it, the answer will be 0. Here's our last one. All right. Our last one is dividing by 0. So we want to find 3 divided by 0. All right. 3 divided by 0. So if I use my fact family like we've been doing, I'm going to put my 3 up on top because that's the number we're starting with. All right. And let's see what happens. So 3 divided by 0. If I have 3 and I divide it by 0, can I do that? Is there anything I can times 0 by that will get me to 3? No, because anything times 0 is 0. So this is something that we can't even do. We cannot divide by a 0. All right, look at my 3 rules on here real quick. When we divide 1 as a quotient, so 1 is our answer, any number divided by itself is 1. Any 2 numbers divided by themselves will give us 1. When we're dividing 0 by a number, so 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. And then our last one, any number divided by 0 cannot be done. You just can't do it. These are our 3 rules. So would you go ahead and just circle those 3 rules for us, because they will help us out. So any number divided by itself will equal 1. 0 divided by any number will be 0. And I cannot divide anything by 0. All right, let's go ahead and go to page 139 as we look at our independent and guided practice. All right, here we are on page 139. And we're going to start off with question number 3, which says find 8 divided by 8. Well, when I go back over to those rules, which one of these rules had to do with dividing a number by itself? We had 3 divided by 3, 0 divided by 3, and 3 divided by 0. Well, 3 divided by 3 is dividing by itself. Any number divided by itself is 1, right? So when I come back over here, 8 divided by 8 is going to be 1. Well, we can flip it around and do our multiplication problem and say 8 times what will give me 8? Well, we've talked about that identity property. 8 times 1 is equal to 8. So when we flip it around and do 8 divided by 8, it's going to be 1. All right. Will you go ahead and pause your video and try out number 4? Use your rules on the other page to help you out. But we're going to ask 0 divided by 9 is equal to what? So 9 times what will give me 0? And then what is 0 divided by 9? Pause your video and solve that now. I hope you're able to pause your video and solve that problem. So when I take a look at my other page, the rule is when I have 0 divided by a number, my answer will be 0. So 9 times what will give me 0? 9 times 0 will give me 0. So 0 divided by 9 is, you got it, it's 0. And all that really means is if we started off with an empty circle and I wanted to break all of these into 9 pieces, is there anything in there? No. That's why the answer is still 0. Okay? Just like when we had 8 divided by 8, if I've got 8 dots up here and I say I want to cut this into 8 equal parts, well, all that's doing is making them their own part. There's 1 in every single part. That's all that this is actually telling us, is that this is the actual model of what it looks like. Well, let's go ahead and slide down to independent practice. And I want us just to do a couple together real fast, all right? We're going to do number 12, and then number 16. So starting with number 12, if I've got this, well, this is 6. Remember when we divided, 6 divided by 6 is equal to, and we'll put our answer up here. So 6 divided by 6 is going to give me what? Well, I know any number divided by itself, the answer is going to be 1, right? Any number divided by itself is going to be 1. All right. Jump down to number 16 for me. All right. For number 16, it says, find 0 divided by 8. Well, I like to just write it out because I can see it a little easier. 0 divided by 8. Well, in my fact triangle, if I have 0 on top, 8 times what will give me 0? 8 times 0 is 0. So my answer would be 0 here. All right. That's how we can solve those. Even though they've got words, even though they're written a little bit different, it's okay. We can still solve them the exact same way. Use your rules from page 138 as you're solving these different problems. But thanks so much for working with me today, 3rd grade. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.